Hi everybody, hi, it's Paula from Friends Banker here. I'll just wait a wee second to see who's here and give me a shout if you can hear me all right. So how's everybody today? We're so blessed with all this lovely weather just now. Everybody's been able to get out and hi guys, and being able to get out and enjoy the fresh air. Obviously I'm here to do a live about self-care. So firstly I'll introduce myself. I'm Paula, so I work with the Hey Erica, hi. So I'm the wellbeing coordinator and one of our two wellbeing coordinators within the unit. So I work directly with patients. I support the patients, I work with the staff, I work with our lovely wellbeing team, booking appointments for our patients. So our hairdressing, our podiatry, our massage, our nails appointments. I obviously, facilitate our coffee mornings that we have down at radiotherapy. I look after all our provisions and stock for patients. I liaise with all the staff and get to know everybody and support patients while they're in the unit and throughout their time within the unit, and guide them through their journey. As well as working with Friends of Anchor, I'm actually a makeup artist as well, so I do a lot of glamming ladies up for weddings, for different occasions, for photo shoots. So obviously with that in mind, and the fact that we're not able to be in the hospital at the moment with the ongoing pandemic, we wanted to show support with you guys and talk to you about a bit about self-care and about how to look after yourself and treat yourself while you're spending time at home or working from home, or whether you're self-isolating or just spending time at home. Also, if you are one of the key workers and working out there, amazing, you guys are amazing. And also that you should be taking some time to look after yourself and give yourself some self-care. So tonight I'm going to do a wee bit of a rundown of what you can do, and obviously I'm gearing it towards things like skincare, looking after your skin, pampering yourself. So men and women alike can do this. This is not just a thing for the ladies to do. Gents, it's important for you guys to look after your skin, and it's really good to take some time to yourself and pamper yourself. So I'll be inviting loads of questions. If you've got a question, doesn't matter, any question, no question is a silly question to me. Everything is relevant, and product recommendations, skin types, skin issues. Obviously bear in mind I'm not a dermatologist, so if you have a specific skin condition that you want seen to, that has to be a specialist. But for things like skincare, skin treats, general maintenance, just ask. And obviously I'll try and ask as many questions as I can while I'm here. And if you have any extra questions, feel free to send them through to Friends of Anchor and they will pass them on to me and get in touch with me. As well as that, after the video I will stick around for a little while in the comments to answer any questions that I may have missed, or if you've come onto the video late, I can certainly answer them then. So I'm going to kind of start with the basics. For me, you have to start at the basics. You have to start with cleansing. So it's important that everybody cleanses their skin, whether you're wearing makeup, not wearing makeup, you've not left the house, you've been out all day, you've been working all day. If you're a man, if you're a woman, you have to cleanse your skin. It's so important to get rid of anything, especially at night, get rid of anything that's been on your skin throughout that day. So if you have been wearing makeup, you're going to have cosmetics on there, you're going to have moisturisers on there. If you've been out and you've been wearing an SPF, which you should be wearing, that needs to come off. If you've been out and about and just in the environment, it's really, it can be quite a muggy environment, and it can be quite, there's a lot of pollution and fumes going about. That is going to sit on your skin. So it's important that you cleanse your skin. There are so many different cleansers out there, and obviously if you have any questions, I am happy to go through them and ask away, ask about different cleansers if you have any questions, or you want a wee bit more information on what's good for your skin. I always say for somebody that wears wears a lot of makeup or wears any makeup, you should be doing 2 cleanses in the evening. So you start with a cleanser to remove the makeup, and then you do another cleanse to clean the face underneath. So your skin is going to be really, really clean. It's going to, you know, just get rid of anything that's there. Oh, hold on, here we go. Erica, you've got a question for me. Love the chance to get some tips from the pro. I have a wee question. I use a retinol product at night, wondering if you should be wearing a sun cream if I'm only going out once a day. Absolutely, yes, definitely. If you're using any sort of retinol, you really, really need to be using an SPF. Even if you're going out once a day, it's so important to protect your skin, because it does make it a lot more sensitive to light. It makes it a lot more sensitive to the sun, especially at the moment if you're working from home. And you're spending a lot of time indoors, you might be working by a window, so that, you know, those sun rays are still going to be coming in, those UV rays, so you really have to make sure that you still wear an SPF. Yeah, it's really important. And let me have a look here. Naomi. So is there one cleanser that's better for dry skin than others? So it always depends on why your skin is dry. So when somebody, especially makeup clients, speak to me and they say my skin's really dry, I always ask a couple of questions to determine why it's dry. So things like if you're exfoliating, if you've got a drier skin, exfoliating will get rid of the dead skin, which means product will be absorbed a lot better. And again, some people will think that they have a drier skin because it's flaky, but often it's just that flakiness needs to be removed, and then your product will sit better. Again, your skin can be quite dehydrated, so again, you want to up the water content. But cleanser wise, for a drier skin, you want to look at things like balms. Anything like an oily cleanser is really good. Anything that's, you know, really conditioning on the skin, you want to maybe steer away from things like a wash off, like a foaming cleanser. Often they are for slightly more oilier skins, and they can be more drying. So things like, I've looked at a couple of cleansers that I like to use. So the Body Shop Chamomile, it's really lovely. It's good for kind of all skins, maybe not oily, but everybody else. Really, really gentle, and it's like a cleansing butter, so it just melts into your skin and then you take off with a cloth. We have, again, a hydrating cleanser. Now this is good for kind of normal to dry skin. It's really conditioning, it's really gentle, and again, it just gives your skin that boost of moisture. So especially at night, if you're kind of going there, you know, double cleansing, make sure that you use an oilier cleanser in there to nourish your skin and replenish it. Hi Donna, hi, nice to see you. So yeah, so obviously going back to cleansers, if we look at, we've obviously touched there on a drier skin. On a normal skin, you can kind of get away with most things. If you find that your skin doesn't get more overly oily or overly dry, you can, the ones I showed you there are perfect. I have quite a normal skin and I flip between those. I don't really keep to one. I will jump between them depending on how my skin's been or how much makeup I'm wearing. If you're wearing a lot of makeup or a lot of eye makeup, you want to use something that's that oily base to kind of melt away the product first, and then something to cleanse underneath. If you've got an oilier skin, you want to be careful with how much you're cleansing. If you have a really oily skin and you overly cleanse, your skin will then overproduce oil to compensate for that. So that's sometimes a bit of a mistake that people make. I know I did it when I was younger, had an oilier skin, washed, exfoliated lots, and it just overproduced. So you have to have the balance there. And again, it's trial and error, finding the right one that's for you. I can recommend cleansers and say this is a good one, but it's different for everybody. I've tried ones certainly that have been recommended or really highly written about and I haven't enjoyed them, or they just haven't gone with my skin, but they have with somebody else. So again, with an oilier skin, you want to look for things that are kind of, that they say they're clarifying. It's going to help to dry up that oil, but not overly dry your skin. And again, you still want to, treat your skin afterwards. And if we are looking, after your cleanse, you then want to look at how you're going to treat your skin. So I often say like a treatment. So things like you might use a toner. So again, depends on your skin type. If you've got a drier skin, you want to look for something that's like a replenishing toner. So it might be something almost like a milk, or something that's like, we've got loads of different products now that are called essences, and they're just richer type of kind of toner. So that's a really nice thing to put on top. Things like these glycolic pads. So these are really good for most skin types. Glycolic acid basically help to exfoliate the skin without it being abrasive. So it's a chemical exfoliator. So rather than it being like grainy, it is just an acid that basically eats away the dead skin. So it helps to kind of gently do this on your skin. So it's really good because you can use these. They're just, I'll show you. They're just like little wee kind of cotton pads, really, really thin, and you just buff that over your face after you've washed your face in the morning, or there are evening ones that are slightly different, but you use those and then you would carry on with your routine. So they're really easy to use. You can get bottles of glycolic acid and use your own cotton pads. There, you know, there's so many different ones out there that you can try. And then obviously after that, you want to move on to a serum, or any kind of treatments that you have for your skin. So the one thing that I say is good for everybody, doesn't matter your age, or if you're a male or a female, or you've got dry skin, oily skin, normal skin, dehydrated skin, is a product called hyaluronic acid. So this one is one brand, so this is Vichy, but there are loads of different ones out there, and basically hyaluronic acid is a water-based chemical, and it draws moisture to your skin, so it helps your skin hold on to moisture, keeps your skin hydrated, looking plump. So again, it's going to make your skin feel really conditioned, especially if you're indoors. You know, we're indoors a lot at the moment, and your skin is going to be subjected to a lot of heat with, you know, all the additional heating that you've got on. You're not getting as much fresh air as you would like, because we're obviously staying indoors more. If you're working, especially, you know, I know working in the hospital environment can be very, very drying, and again, it can be kind of dry and a muggy environment. So you want to make sure that you're replenishing your skin, and there are loads of different brands out there that you can use, but hyaluronic acid is something that is good for everybody, and that's a really nice serum to pop on morning and night, and it just gives your skin a real treat. And then after that, you want to look at moisturizer. So for evening, you want to again look at what's good for your skin. So if somebody's got oilier skin, you want to look at still moisturizing, but just a light moisturizer like a lotion. Normal to dry, again, you can use a moisturizer, you can use an oil. If you find you've got a really dry skin, something like a moisturizer, and then you might find a little bit of oil before you go to bed might kind of help to just plump up that skin again. And then you want to look at things like eye creams and lip balms, again, really essential because they just help to keep your skin hydrated. Lip balms, everybody's doing video calls for work, or they're on the phone a lot more, so their lips are going to be drier because you're talking a lot more potentially than you usually are when you're at work. So it's important to kind of keep them kind of topped up. I always have, when I'm out and about or working, I always have a lip balm on me somewhere, whether it's in my bag or my pocket, just to kind of top up that, because especially when you're changing seasons, you find that your skin might get drier, your lips will get drier, they might get chapped, so you want to make sure that you're keeping them replenished. Again, anybody going through treatment at the moment, you will find your skin is maybe more sensitive, maybe a bit drier, so again, you want to make sure that you're nourishing it and, you know, protecting it as best you can. Evening wise, I always say, I mean, now because we're spending a lot more time indoors, it's, you know, we've got plenty of time to be able to treat ourselves, give ourselves a little bit of a pamper afternoon, take a bit more time using our cleansers, put on a mask, put on a hair mask if you like, or put on put some hand masks on, because our hands are all dry. You know, a really rich moisturizer on your hands and leaving them to sit for a while would be really nice. Face masks are great. You get loads of different ones out there for different skin types. You know, you get peel off ones, you get ones that are sheet based, you get cream ones, and you know, it's even you gents out there, it's really important to do it, and it's really good fun just to sit and pamper yourself for an afternoon, doing it a couple of times a week. is really good for your skin. But again, at the moment, it's important to take time to focus on yourself a little bit and distract yourself and give yourself time away from everything that you're doing. So whether it be work or whether it be just distraction in general, distraction from the kids, if you've got kids at home and you're homeschooling, or from work, when you come home from work, give yourself some time to decompress and just think about, you know, what you want to focus on for the day ahead, or you know, kind of debrief from the day that's happened and just unwind and relax. It's really important to do that. So yeah, that's kind of one of the things I would say just now is really good to do. You know, again, with the self-care, you know, it's so important to spend some time doing something you enjoy. There's a lot of things out there at the moment. There's virtual yoga classes, virtual workouts. There's loads of mindfulness activities on the internet at the moment that you can download for free. Given the situation, you know, all these companies are opening themselves up. So it's really important to spend some time and enjoy, you know, your time. And, you know, we might not get that, we might be doing this for quite a while, but it really makes you appreciate the, you know, the hobbies that you enjoy, or pick up a new hobby or pick up an old hobby that you've done before. Just, you know, enjoy that time and take the time, take your days a bit slower and let yourself have that time to look after yourself and focus on yourself for even just a short period of the day, or give yourself a whole day to treat yourself and do some yoga, and then give yourself a pamper, paint your nails, or, you know, do some DIY if that's something that you enjoy doing, do some painting, and just give yourself that time to go from there. Then, you know, if I go back to our kind of skincare, daytime, much and such the same as what we're doing in the evening. You want to cleanse when you get up in the morning. You want to put your treatment on if you want a treatment, your moisturiser on, and then for a daytime you really need to wear an SPF. If you know 100% you're not going to be going outside, you're not going to be sitting by a window working or sitting by a window at all, then you can, you know, you can gauge that yourself. It's not as important. But if you are going to be outdoors or staying by a window, you really need to wear that. It's going to protect your skin from any you know, UVA, UVB. So again, you know, it's the burning and the aging factor there. So you can get separate SPFs that would go on top of your moisturisers. They are great because they're often a lot lighter weight. They are much, you know, much lighter in terms of using a sunscreen. They're, you know, a lot kind of thicker and more designed for being a sunblock that you would use on holiday. Right, some more questions. Here we go. Vicky, would you recommend a tinted moisturiser for a day to use rather than a foundation all the time? Is it any better for skincare? It's much and such. I think there's a misconception that tinted moisturisers are better for your skin because they're moisturiser. I always say that anything that is bad for your skin is bad because you're not taking it off properly. If you have got a drier skin or a more dehydrated skin, a tinted moisturiser certainly keep your skin nourished all day long. It is a lot lighter in terms of coverage, so if you feel my connection there we go, my back now. Yeah, if you feel that, you know, you want something with a lighter coverage and just to even anything out, it works a lot better. Here we go, let's have a look. Okay, Naomi, should we be using natural products in our skin over more chemical based ones? So this is a kind of a widely debated thing, natural versus, you know, lab generated products. So generally people do think that natural is better, you know, in terms of that is a general feeling that you think it's going to be better for your skin. Sometimes some natural products out there, or things in general in nature, you know, example, ivy is a natural thing, but it's not good for anybody to be touching or ingesting or anything. So, you know, you have to be careful with some natural products in terms of, there are a lot of brands out there now have certified organic products, which are, you know, they've traced all their ingredients and they can trace that they are coming from a natural source, and they are, you know, they're not genetically modified in any shape or form. Those are great products, but there's nothing wrong with lab generated products. Things like, you know, I was talking about before, hyaluronic acid it is a naturally derived product. However, it's been lab generated now for for kind of bigger production. Again, it's kind of better for them to generate it that way. It's more controlled. So again, it depends. Some natural products you can get a bit of sensitivity to as well. Essential oils, which are amazing and they're great for you, some of them can be irritants on the skin. So I think you have to use your own judgment in terms of that. If you feel better in yourself for using a natural product, absolutely great. There are some great vegan and organic brands out there, but equally, I don't think there's anything wrong with products that are lab generated as well, because they have great benefits to them if you're taught in terms of skincare. Let's have a look here. Hi guys, thanks everybody else who's joined us on the way. So yeah, if anybody else has any more questions, obviously we're dipping a little bit into makeup there. I'm happy to answer kind of any basic questions if anybody wants. But obviously in terms of kind of for this facility, for kind of what we're talking about tonight, it is all about self-care. But equally, if you feel good and you feel nice putting on your makeup and glamming yourself up to, have an evening in because you want to make it like a Friday night, or you want to make it like a weekend, absolutely. Or if you want to sit and have a play with makeup because it relaxes you, then absolutely go for it, because it is, if that's something you enjoy, absolutely do it. Hi Fiona, are spots caused by stress? They can be, yeah, they can. If you are stressed, your skin can kind of break out more than it normally would. Again, sometimes when you're stressed, you have to look kind of scale it back a bit. Are you still getting as much sleep as you should be? Are you drinking as much water as you should be? Are you eating the right things? Often when when you are feeling stressed, everything kind of drops a wee bit. You often drop the ball. You don't, you just maybe kind of comfort eat, or you maybe drink more coffee and tea than you would water. But again, yeah, stress can be a factor. It can be a factor with all your, some people find that they get really dry skin when they're stressed. But again, it's just being consistent and knowing what to use. If you're finding that you're getting spots, it's, working out where they are, or is there something that you're using that's triggering that, or is it just what's going on? Emily, for mature skin, is wearing less makeup look better? Well, I think it depends. I think if you've got really good skin and you've got nice glowing skin, you can get away with less makeup. You can work with, what you want to emphasize. There's no right or wrong there. I think it depends on what you're using. If you have got a more mature skin, sometimes more powdery products can emphasize any fine lines or wrinkles. But again, sometimes products that are overly shimmery can emphasize these things as well. So it's just having that fine line and having that balance. It's certainly worth looking at your makeup bag or what products you're using as the years goes on, to kind of look and see, is this still working for me? Is this still something that, is making me feel good? But I wouldn't say in any shape or form, when I've been working with a lot of ladies, some ladies that are more mature love wearing lots of makeup because it makes them feel good. And some don't like wearing makeup, so they like just a little bit to enhance where they want. So again, it's a personal preference, but it's just checking in with things to see that they're still working for you, or still, giving you the benefits that you want them to. Okay, Lucy, an eyebrow related question. A gel, a pencil, or a pomade? So again, depends on type of look you're going for. In terms of if you're liking a fuller brow, something really kind of defined, something like a pomade is really good, or a gel to create that shape. A pencil is really nice for adding really soft kind of strokes if you prefer something softer. There are so many products out there. I have worked with a lot of ladies that have lost their brows through treatment, and again, it depends on what you're used to and what you had before and what you did with your brows before. and then 2, what you want to achieve and time-wise, what you have the time to do. And it is just, again, trial and error. You know, there are loads of great products out there that are so reasonable, that are worth giving them a try. If somebody's looking for something that's really fine strokes, you get some amazing little pencils out there that wind up and they give you really fine little kind of strokes. The pomades and the gels, sometimes they're longer wearing, so they last a bit better. So if you have an oilier skin, or you're sweating a lot at work, or you're in a hot environment, they last a lot longer on the skin than the likes of the pencils. But again, you can do a mix. You know, I do use a mix on clients, I use a mix on myself depending on what I'm doing. But I do kind of like them all. Sarah, Benefit still going strong, my makeup bag 20 years on. Some new products. What brands do you recommend? So I am not very brand loyal. I do use a lot of different brands in my kind of makeup kit and what I enjoy using. I love brands like Charlotte Tilbury. Her products are gorgeous on all ages, all skin tones, all kind of skin types. The likes of, we've got really good brands, you know, Boots are kind of Superdrug Boots brands, things like NYX, they are amazing. They've got really great products. There's a lot of products there that are very similar to more expensive brands depending on what you're looking to spend. I mean, there are some lovely products for, you know, Hourglass, NARS, and they are more pricey, but again, it depends on what you're looking for. A lot of these products are really multi-use. If you are, you know, I know you're a mummy, so you want to pick products that are, you know, maybe multi-use, or something that you can do quickly with your hands rather than fussing about with brushes. So looking at like cream products, so Charlotte Tilbury is really good for a lot of cream products. A lot of her products have got applicators on them, or you can use your fingers to smudge things in, like liners and things like that. So it's just kind of working out what's best with you. Feel free to drop me a wee message if you want some specific product recommendations. I'm happy to do that. Sarah, can you recommend a good mascara? Needing a change. So I love L'Oreal mascaras, love them for everything. I use them in my kit because I use a wand for hygiene with a lot of people. For me, it doesn't really matter what the brush does, it's the formula, and I could probably pick up any L'Oreal mascara and they're really good. They do a range, normally a range of colours as well, and they always have a brown, so that's really nice for, I know a lot of people do like a brown mascara. And they do some really good waterproof mascaras, which is generally what I kind of use in the main. But yeah, L'Oreal are a pretty good kind of shout there. They're always on 3 for 2, or they're always buy one get one half price as well. So remember, just a wee reminder in case anybody doesn't, you should be replacing your mascara every 3 months. I know that you'll probably get to that 3 months and think, oh, I could keep using it, but it's really important that you throw it out for hygiene, especially right now. You know, it's so important to kind of throw that away and replace it. So that's why I often say don't spend big on things like mascara, because you are going to throw it out really quickly. And look for the little bargains where you can get a couple and put them in your bag, you know, keep them in a drawer and take them out when you need them. Okay. Right, Vicky, recommendation for getting rid of blackheads. I use an exfoliator once a day and moisturize twice a day. So what I would say is don't exfoliate any more than 2 to 3 times a week. If you are exfoliating too much, depending on what you're using, if you're using something that's gritty and scrubby, it'll kind of scratch your skin and cause damage to your skin. And again, if you're using something with an acid, you could be, you know, your skin will become really, really sensitive. And moisturizing twice a day, brilliant. That's the best thing. So I've just made a few notes here actually in terms of blackheads. Because obviously with blackheads, your skin is basically kind of clogged with like a kind of dead skin. So what I'd maybe recommend is looking at the exfoliator you're using and maybe step it up a notch, but use it less. So using things like these, the Nip and Fab glycolic pads that I talked about earlier, so they help to gently exfoliate the skin. These you can be used daily because they're just a daily kind of wipe across after you wash your face, and they help to kind of clean out any like debris that's under your skin. Do not try and remove them yourself. If it really is a bother for you, go and see somebody that would be able to take that out, obviously after all this. But with blackheads, keeping your skin really clean, being really thorough with removing makeup or removing product is really important. Again, things like salicylic acid is really good for getting into the pores and cleaning them out. So that's really good for blackheads. Salicylic acid, you can get little serums. There's some really good brands out there that does really reasonable serums. Again, some of these pads that you get, or you can get a face wash that's got salicylic acid in it. The one I showed you guys earlier, the CeraVe, is they do a slightly different version for an oilier skin, but it has salicylic acid in it, and it's a daily wash, so that might be better to kind of change to a very scrubby one. So it could be that your skin is slightly exacerbated a wee bit, and it's almost the debris sitting there, and because you're using a clay cleanser, it's maybe just too much for your skin, and your skin's then overproducing, which is then clogging the pores and giving you the blackheads. But I would look into gearing it back a wee bit. Maybe use a gentler cleanser every day and stick to the scrubby one kind of 3 times a week, I would say maximum. You don't want to be really doing any more than that, because you're going to start to make your skin really sensitive, and also if it's really like gritty, it can be kind of damaging the surface of your skin. So you just want to be more gentle on your skin. Okay, so let's have a look here. So guys, I'm gonna stick around for a little while. I'm loving all your questions, but I'm gonna stick around for a little while in the comments section. So if you have any more questions, please pop them down. If you have any questions that you want to ask that you've not had time to ask while I've been on, please feel free to drop a message to the Friends of Anchor page, and they'll get in touch with me to pass it on. It's been so lovely speaking to you all tonight. I hope that you all take some time in the next week to practice some self-care. Give yourself a pamper, give your other half pamper. Just take some time to really look after yourself. All those key workers out there, I know a lot of you guys in the Anchor unit especially, but all over the hospital, are working so hard. So please give yourself some time to just relax and decompress after the day and look after your skin. And yeah, lovely. Thanks very much, Friends of Anchor, for having me on, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.